I'm outside. I just woke up. I took a little nap. Um, I wanted to speak about the Holy Spirit. Um, you have to be in the receiving end of receiving the Holy Spirit. You have to, you have to be in the receiving end of receiving the Holy Spirit. Um, it said in the Bible that if you do not basically comply to the terms of if you don't comply to the terms of receiving the Holy Spirit, we can be out and about. Um, we are basically like little corpses. We're just like corpses, empty corpses. And until you are sanctified, until you are pure, until you are clean, that's when you can receive. If you harden your heart, that's the thing. Okay, so if you harden your heart, you cannot. This blocks you from receiving the Holy Spirit. You know, um, but yeah, my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. My son is downstairs playing in the basement, and I don't know. Like I woke up and I'm just not feeling well. But yeah, um, what did we talk about today? We talked about how Jesus was crucified and broken down. But I told her, well, I spoke up about how he was spiritual. You know, he was spiritually empowered. So whatever they did to his body, he was still empowered by the Spirit. Are y'all empowered by the Spirit? Is y'all spirit holding y'all up? You know, and when y'all are out and about and you feel like you can't do too much, or you feel weak, or you feel as though you're suffering, you're in pain, your bones are aching, your back is hurting, your stomach is hurting, your mind is, you have a headache, um, all of this, you know, and you're still getting up and you're doing what you have to do. That's your spirit working for you. Your spirit is basically like, no, you're not about to lay back down. No, you about to get up. And this is where we believe the most. A lot of believers, such as myself, we believe in this wholeheartedly. You know, even if you feel like you're at the breaking point to where, you're on the ground, you're still getting up. That's your spirit getting you up. That's your spirit telling you, you got to get up, you got to move, you got to get this done, you know. Earlier I was upset. I was upset because I'm just like, what? Ain't no Wi-Fi? Y'all got me messed up. Ain't no Wi-Fi, but God put you in a position to where God is getting you up, you know. You have to, if you got to walk down the street to get Wi-Fi, you walk down the street to get Wi-Fi because that's getting you up. You're not sitting around, laying around, not doing nothing. You're actually getting, your body needs to exercise. You need to get up and get going. You know, it's basically a blessing in disguise. And you feel like you can't get up, and you get up anyway, or you're put in a position where you can't do so much, but you have to go to this place or that place or the other to get something done. It's God telling you, get your butt up and get it done. That's your spirit guiding you. Your spirit is helping you. You know, you're blessed. It's a blessing in disguise to where you're getting up and doing it. Get up and do it. Um, So yeah, I was feeling that way, and I just was like, wow, that's what it is, you know. God is trying to, prepare me, get me up and get me going, regardless of how I'm feeling. Get up and get going, you know. Sometimes we don't understand, but it takes for you to sit, be patient, and it takes for a lot of reflection for you to understand what's actually happening, you know. You can wild out all you want to, you can scream and yell, and at the end of the day, I'm sitting there thinking, like, sitting here complaining about it ain't gonna get me nowhere. It ain't gonna change the fact that I don't have Wi-Fi. It's not gonna change the fact that, there's no Wi-Fi here. Sometimes it's not about the situation. It's not for the situation to change, but it's for you to change. It's for you to gain insight, for you to, you know, shift your focus or get a new perception, to what's going on. It's for you to humble yourself and to know that this situation ain't the worst. A lot of people can go without Wi-Fi. A lot of people can go without Wi-Fi. It's what you're going to do without the Wi-Fi. These is times of testing, and trying, and every single time there's always something, There wasn't something there, then there's something here. It's just letting you know that God is working for you, and God is in the midst of everything that you're going through, and that you are not alone. This can be so hard to believe because right now I just feel gloomy. I feel depressed. I feel like I'm always in a position to change myself or to do something that I don't want to do. And I'm like, why? Why me? Why can't I just be alright? But I am alright. Okay. Come on, Vontae. But I am alright, and I just gotta believe that, and I gotta stay strong, Gotta stay strong, and I just gotta figure it out. I gotta stay strong, and I gotta have faith, and I gotta believe that everything will work itself out, I'm surrounded by bricks right now. That's a sign. I'm surrounded by bricks right now, It's a brick wall. Like, how can you get out now? There was a house of hay, there was a house of sticks, but a house of bricks, how can you get out now? How can you find your way out now? It's not so easy to get out of a situation, especially this type of situation. So it's not so easy, and it's a lot of hurdles that you'll have to jump. Yet you may not even have the energy to jump, You may not have the energy to fight. And maybe it's not meant for you to fight. But when the time is right, God will guide you through even the hardest, guide you out and guide you through the hardest places. Like these bricks, for instance, So yeah, keep your head up and just keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on praying, and even if it takes a long time, never give up and always have faith. Never give up and always have faith. I'm learning. I'm not teaching. Just like the instructor earlier, she was like, she was like, don't feel bad about asking any questions or, speaking on something that you don't understand. Openly reach out and just let's talk about it, because when y'all are all talking about the same thing, especially in prayer or in with a lot of people that y'all are on the same page, there's nothing that's really harmful to the situation, because all y'all really want is to understand, So the best way to understand is to always ask questions. That's your spirit right there. Your spirit is knocking on the door saying, ask, ask, and you will get an answer. Knock and you will, and the door will be open for you. As simple as that. So yeah, this is my little thing. And I will talk to y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe, be notified, and share. I don't know.